Good morning. Trying to get that camera where I can work with it. How are you guys today? Figured I'd go on early. I got coffee. Hope you guys have coffee too. I was going to try to see if I could switch between the two cameras, the one on my computer and the Hue camera, and it won't let me do that while I'm live on YouTube. I can do it on Zoom, but not on YouTube. So I'm going to drink some coffee, chit chat with you guys. And I have my time machine that I'm still working on. Hey, Trace, how are you today? I'm still working on the time machine. I used the little funky camera so I can turn it to the sewing machine because I've been sewing my little pairs together to make my blocks. You're doing good? That's awesome. Me too. Well, mostly. I mean, got most of the family stuff worked out. Hey, Colleen. Hey, Kim. And these are how they go together. I'm going to sew them down. I thought I clipped off all my dog ears, but I guess I still had some. Notifications worked good. So if you're not getting notifications, what Colleen is saying is just re-ring your bell. Yay. I've got my little ironing mat over here that I got yesterday. And all the other stuff. Good morning, Crystal. How are you? I figured I'd chit-chat a little bit, sew a little bit. I cleaned my sewing machine. I was waiting on Brandy to come on, 100-proof quilter, and I didn't see her. I got to 11:20, and I said, okay, I'm going to go ahead and tuck myself in here and say hello to peoples. Well, good morning, Kelly. How are you? Ring my chimes. I remember Flip Wilson. He was doing drag long before RuPaul thought about it, huh? So what is everybody working on today? I saw a picture of Colleen's earlier. She's got a really cool quilt going. And I got coffee and sewing stuff, and I'm finally warm. I feel like I've been cold for 2 weeks. You returned from camping yesterday? Well, I hope you had a good time. Yeah, Geraldine and Killer. I remember that. And Sanford and Son, I'm coming to join you, Ethel. Oh, he was hilarious. Oh, awesome, Crystal. Well, I don't know if you saw my live from the other day, but let's see. My oldest nephew is in town. His dad lives in the same town I do, but they hadn't had any contact in a long time. So he's down here working with him. And he came to visit us over the weekend. I haven't seen that boy since he was 3. And he's now 6'2" and linebacker. So we had a nice time visiting with him. Yep, I think everybody's in there. Or everybody that matters, anyway. So have you started any new projects yet, Kelly, or just still getting back into routine? Yep, I got to change my bot for you, Colleen. All the cool kids. Yes, Trace, that's exactly right. But I got to change it. She has a new name. Colleen Chats and Sews. Is that it? On the medallion quilt? That's going to be pretty when it's all done. Well, I'm finishing up the time machine quilt that I started before we did the one for the group project. I got ahead of myself and cut out all my half square triangles and sewed them. That wasn't what was on the agenda. So I had to recut, and I already finished the other. Let's see. This is the one I did with the group project with all the pink and the sewing notions. Hi, Sylvia. How are you today? Sylvia has a new venture going. Can I talk about it, Sylvia? Since we want to always give shout outs to our friends. Colleen mentioned it in her chat earlier today, and I was like, oh, yeah. Sylvia is opening an Etsy shop. She is going to be selling the patterns, the FPP patterns that she's been making. There'll be digital downloads, so you don't have to worry about postage from the UK or anything. And Sylvia is very talented with that, so I'm thrilled to see that. I'm not an FPP person. I don't mean to keep moving that camera. I'm trying to move it else out of the way. But Sylvia does a great job of it, and I believe that she's also going to offer custom FPP stuff. Sylvia, is that right? Exactly. I want to put that in the bot for sure, Sylvia. I am not, that is not my skill. So I am thrilled to promote someone else. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, Sylvia, I mean, I'm hoping that she's going to be doing, she may get overwhelmed with custom orders. Sylvia, that's awesome. That is awesome. You may be so busy you can't keep up. I think that's great. I'm looking forward to it. I have one. I don't know if I want to do it FPP though. I may have to send it to Sylvia and have her do it for me anyway. I've got a picture of my granny that is in basically black and white, a little bit of pink. And I would like to do it as applique, but I might consider doing it FPP. I may be one of her first customers anyway, because I know quite a few of my family members would be thrilled to have something like that. I don't know who took the picture, but it's a beautiful picture. Okay, I'm looking forward to your camping video. I always like when you go play tourist because it makes me feel like I'm getting to do it too. And what I'm doing is the ones of these that I've already sewn this morning, I'm going ahead and getting them ready to be sewn together into blocks. Good morning, Mary. How are you today? Nice to see ya. I don't know if you heard what I was saying about Sylvia. She's opening an Etsy shop to sell her FPPs. She hasn't quite got it there yet, but I can't wait. Yeah, well, there's only one way to see if you can do it, Sylvia, and that's to do it. Kind of like with FPP for me. And I'm sure it turned out more than okay. I'm sure it turned out beautiful. Yeah, her subscriber had her do a picture of her pet. Yeah, that's how we learn. Try it. You may be good at it, you may not. Speaking of trying things, I tried opening an Amazon shop. I guess they don't like me. So I'm not going to have an Amazon shop. Still do Amazon deals, but probably like once a week instead of every day. I still will be looking every day. But they weren't overly thrilled with my videos, with the way I was doing them. So, okay. I don't have to advertise for them, right? I'm going to move y'all down so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. All I'm doing is taking the ones that I put together and just finger pressing them so that I can sew them. I've got about half of these squares ready to go. Oh, Mary, I didn't know you broke your wrist. How did you do that? Back in Time Quilts. No, Colleen, I don't have affiliate links still. I got the email this morning. I can appeal it, but I think that the biggest thing is that I wasn't driving enough traffic to suit them. And I don't even know what to. Oh, I'm sorry, Mary. My grandma broke both of hers when she was in her late 70s. And she tripped and tried to catch herself on a fruit bin and broke both her wrists going down the fruit bin. Said she was fine till she grabbed a hold of that. I'm so sorry. Well, we'll definitely pray for you. So do you have to have surgery on it or just have a wrist? Or have a cast? If I could talk, I'd be dangerous, right? Okay, that's done. So back up here to me. I'll go slow. I was going to record doing the whole thing, and I thought, I'll just do it on my lives. Yeah, words are hard this morning, Colleen. Not enough coffee. And this is my second cup. Yeah, I don't think breaking anything is fun, no matter how old you are. Those things aren't meant to break. They're supposed to stay intacted. I do know an interesting fact about broken bones, though. Was it Jane Goodall that studied the gorillas? One of those ladies who was an archaeologist was asked what she considered. She was asked what she considered the defining point of civilization. And she said that when someone broke their upper thigh bone and it healed, that was when she considered that a society had become civilized. Because when you break your upper thigh bone, somebody has to feed you, carry water, etc. for you. And if they won't do that, then it's not a civilized society. I thought that was interesting. Oh, my sister had a broken leg in the middle of summer in Florida, Tracy. She would take hangers and undo them and run them down like in her cast. And she scratched her leg so bad that when the cast finally came off, she had some scars from where she had scratched too hard. Osteoporosis. Ooh. Broke in 2 places and tore a ligament, but no surgery. Rulers like school rulers, Trace? Yeah, we went through, I don't know, tons of baby powder that summer. We would try to pour the powder down around her leg. And she had little skinny legs, and they put that cast on tight. Roller skates, yeah. I never got the hang either. I sure wouldn't want to try ice skates. And when the rollerblades came out, I took one look at them and went, y'all have fun. I dislocated my knee crawling under a bench in 5th or 6th grade. So I've never been coordinated either, Mary. Don't feel bad. Grace is not my middle name. I try. Try. Oh my, Sylvia. You fell over a tent. Did you trip over one of the stakes, the tie-down stakes or something? Oh, yeah, Kelly. Now, have they ever decided whether they're going to operate on that knee or not? And believe me, I feel for all of you. When I have arthritis flares, it's random places. And earlier this week, my left arm was like, I'm walking around going, well, it's there. That's all it was doing. Oh, Sylvia, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I can do that too, Kim. You've been dealing with that knee a long time. Yeah, but I was carrying my left arm around the other day and I was like, if I had a sling, I even thought about tying a towel around my neck. You were winding bobbins while we talked, or when you hurt yourself, Colleen? Probably while we were chatting. Like I said, I was waiting on Brandy to come on, and she didn't. So I thought, well, I'll wait a little bit. And while I was waiting, I cleaned my sewing machine and oiled it and made some bobbins. Yeah, tripping over air is a skill that I have. We have 7 steps that go down to the ground. And I've had a couple of flares where I couldn't go up or down those steps. Went to the doctor with one of them and ended up crawling up the steps. I was like, I need to stay off of these things. Yeah, Kelly, I definitely hope that they decide to go ahead and take care of that. It's kind of like, I don't know if you guys have seen, and I'm not going to hold it up real close, but my finger is finally just about healed. He wanted it to heal from the inside out, but it's now down to there's just a little scab there. And it has, let's see, trying to get it where you guys can see. The little knot on it is like a quarter of the size that it was. I can actually bend my finger now. He said there was just gunk in it. He couldn't tell what it was. Oh, yeah. And I was thinking, oh, it doesn't look that much better. But I took some pictures of it because when it first really flared up, I took pictures to send to the doctor. Sylvia, don't make me laugh. But anyway, I went back and looked at those pictures that I sent to the doctor, and I was like, yeah, it looks tons better. Sylvia, I shouldn't laugh at you. I'm sorry, but that was funny. Yeah, I'm not healing it, Mary. I mean, picking at it. I promise I won't. I've got this really cool stuff, though. Let me grab it. It's called, can you guys read that? Bashi Wound Solution. It smells kind of vaguely like just the barest hint of bleach. And I use that to clean my finger once a day or so and make sure there's like nothing down inside, no buildup. So, and it's kept it open a lot longer because it affects that. Hi, Chun. How are you today? But I mean, I've been using it liberally and I'm only like a quarter of the way down the bottle. But this stuff is $40. Okay, Sylvia. Probably because I was laughing so hard at you. I'm sorry. It seems like I always hit times when you're not available, June. I'm sorry. I'm trying. I'm really thinking, my lives before were scheduled at 2:00. And here in Florida, it rains every day, usually in the afternoon. So I'm kind of thinking that I may go to morning lives, do like 9 or 10 o'clock Eastern or something, as long as I'm not walking on anybody else. I don't want to walk on Brandy and I don't want to walk on Lori at Quilting in the Country, who, by the way, needs our prayers. She's got family stuff going on. So if you are the kind of person who prays, please pray for Lori and her family. She could definitely use it right now. That's why she hasn't been on. Well, yeah, but 6 a.m. for you is 7 a.m. for me. And you may be good getting on at 6 a.m. And I'm usually up anyway, so that doesn't bother me. But that leaves a lot of the people over on the West Coast out. Yes, definitely appreciate the prayers for Lori. I got a text from her this morning and she said things were, she needed the prayer. So I passed along to her that we were all praying for her, and I want to make that true. I don't want to say, oh, we're praying for you if it's not really. Yeah, 6 a.m. is too early for me. I don't think Lori's here, June. I don't think she's here, but she definitely needs our prayers. She'd been MIA for a few days, and I finally called her last night, left her a voicemail, and said, I'm worried about you. Where are you? I try not to. Yeah, it depends on your dogs, for sure. For sure, for sure. But this little I made before that I just, it's nice and warm. Oh, yes. She appreciates them for sure, June. And yes, the prayers are definitely necessary. No, I don't think so, Sylvia. I think she's dealing with the family and going from there. But this is where I'm going when I get all the blocks put together. This is what it'll look like. And I've got more of this left to use for one of the borders. Yeah, I know it's really early. Even if I'm coming on, well, right now it's only, 8 a.m. for you or something? 9 a.m.? Thank you, Mary. But I've got some more of that music fabric for the border. I hope so, Sylvia. And like I said, I had it in a baggie, and I was like, I don't want this sitting here as a UFO forever. My head and my nose itch when I get on live. See, but I want to get it done. 8:42 a.m. Yeah, so about 3 hours. I try to keep trace, but I'm not great at it.